CJ, first of all, I got to start. I've been covering the NBA for 8, 9 years. It's the first time I've spoken to an Irishman associated with an NBA team. A fantastic story for Ireland, but as well a fantastic story for you. And you might take us through the timeline in terms of how this became a real possibility for you.
Yeah, no, it kind of came out of nowhere for me. I wasn't really expecting to be in this position. I was actually in LA just with some friends after the season, just kind of on holiday mode almost, and got a text from my agent saying that the Timberwolves wanted to do a workout with me. So a few days later, I was out here, did the workout. Must have went pretty well. And then I had a couple other workouts. I was in New Jersey for a week or so, just staying with one of my Irish teammates working out there, and then I headed out to Denver for another workout with the Nuggets. Um, and then went back home for a couple of weeks and found out shortly after the draft that I was going to be coming back here for the summer league camp. So I was definitely excited about that.
Yeah. And CJ, I've spoken to an awful lot of Irish basketball players in the time. You probably know Jason Killeen. He did great things in college basketball in America. And many people have gone out to the States with big dreams. They have pursued the college circuit and they have done quite well, both male and female, but never really has the opportunity or the door has risen, maybe by through bad luck or misfortune or wrong timing. The door hasn't opened, but the door has opened up for you now, CJ, in terms of this opportunity. And it must be all hands on deck in terms of to try and make a lasting impression because your name is in the spotlight at the moment. So obviously, all attention like this is probably good news as well because it's raising your publicity and raising your profile throughout the United States.
Yeah, no, my I would say my stock's definitely gone up. Just being on the summer league roster definitely helps for wherever I end up next year. But yeah, just trying to make the most of the opportunity that I got here. I'm very grateful for the opportunity. So just trying to learn as much as I can here during the summer league camp, and hopefully when I get my chance, I can do well.
Yeah, and in terms of fitting into you obviously the NBA draft was in the timeline for you. Maybe that didn't come about. So was there a sense of disappointment, or did you have an inkling even before the NBA draft came about that this might be in the offing?
Yeah, I kind of knew that the draft was out of the picture for me, but I kind of felt or I figured that I would get an update from my agent shortly after the draft just to see if there was any interest because I knew obviously I had a few workouts and um I was kind of thinking about whether I could make a summer league roster or not. So he texted me shortly after the draft just to let me know that that was going to be the case. Now I'm here and like I said, just trying to make the most of it.
And in terms of the NBA sort of summer league, I suppose star-studded NBA sort of draft class as well, highlighted by Cooper Flag, Ace Bailey, some of the big time names in terms that you're going to be mixing it up hopefully within the next sort of 11 days as well. So obviously you have a good few years of basketball experience playing at a collegiate level with Charlestown as well. You probably have come across a good lot of these guys that you were going to be mixing it up with in terms of the NBA summer league. So there's probably no surprises really, is there?
Yeah, it's obviously just there's going to be a lot of talent out there, but I knew that's the way it was going to be. And like you said, throughout college, I've had the chance to play a lot of really good players. You know, my freshman year, we played against Boncaro and those Duke guys that went to the league, and just over my 4 years, I've played a lot of high level talent. So um, I wouldn't, yeah, I'm kind of used to seeing that level of talent. It's just collectively now there's a whole lot more of them on the court at one time, kind of thing. So a lot more size and athleticism at this level, a lot more length. Um, Nothing I haven't seen before. Just I would say collectively, just there's everyone on the court is at that level. There's no one like really you can kind of pick on. It's everyone's obviously at a really high standard, and it's great to be a part of.
Yeah, and obviously you burst onto the scene as a 15-year-old, as a wonder kid, as a prodigy here in Ireland, and obviously the lineage with your father as well, Adrian, and your grandfather, sort of Danny as well. How's been the reaction in the household in the terms of the Fultons back home? Are they coming over to Minnesota in terms of for this summer league, or are you lucky enough to have a bit of family support cheering you on?
Yeah, the my all my family's really excited. They're all coming out to Vegas. My mom and dad, and my two sisters. I even got some friends here talking about making the trip over. So yeah, because it's kind of like a big deal back home, I guess. Just hasn't really happened before. So my family and friends are definitely going to be cheering me on.
Yeah, you mentioned it hasn't happened before. We're going back to 2000 to Pat Burke, who played 3 seasons in the NBA with Orlando Magic and Phoenix Suns. So there's going to be an awful lot of eyes, an awful lot of Irish young audience, and NBA is followed tremendously here in Ireland. We know NBA and NFL is hugely popular here in Ireland, the most two popular American sports as well. The only association for a long time Ireland had with the NBA was probably Pat Connaughton had a dual passport in terms of the Milwaukee Bucks, and his grandparents were from Galway, and we sort of cheered him on, hoping he would do well, and people start to follow the Bucks just because of that linkage. So. In terms of an Irish-born player, obviously it's going to bring an awful lot of the eyes on the Minnesota sort of Timberwolves as well here in terms of Ireland. They're going to get a new sort of fan base cheering them on for the Summer League because of this as well.
Yeah, definitely. They've definitely got a lot of new Irish followers on their social media, and I'm sure there'll might be some Irish flags out in Vegas as well whenever the Timberwolves are playing. So yeah, the support from back home's been great. So
Yeah.
yeah.
And in terms of the summer camp, I know the main roster of superstars are probably under off season now, the likes of Anthony Edwards and Julius Randle and these type of A caliber sort of players, Mike Conley as well. But as the rookie class, has any one of the established roster come in and said a few bit of words to you and wishing you encouragement or been around the premises, or is it just very much this development roster league you're left on your own with your coaches?
Yeah, I haven't seen Anthony Edwards or kind of the main guys, but obviously we have got a few uh, guys on the summer league roster that played in the NBA and played significant minutes, and like Terrence Shannon Jr. obviously played playoff minutes. Jalen Clark, Rob Dillingham, those guys are all on the summer league roster and they've been practicing with us. Leonard Miller, so there's definitely a lot of talent here, a lot of guys with NBA experience. Coach Finch kind of stopped by today for a bit of practice.
Mhm.
Um,
And
yeah.
what did Coach Finch said one or two words to you?
He was just kind of watching practice. I haven't got the chance to talk to him too much yet, but I'm sure at some point I will.
Yeah, and CJ, I suppose for all the young boys and girls that grow up with the dreams in the NBA, and we know throughout the year we see an awful lot of young girls go to American collegiate sort of basketball. There's a whole clutter of them in America now, and the collegiate basketball as well, and they're seeing what has happened to you in terms of your story, and obviously it maybe opens up the possibility that it gives them the will and the sort of drive to keep believing in that sort of dream. I mean, we look at Susan Moore and back in 2000 with the New York Liberty, there hasn't been a female Irish player in the WNBA either. So an awful lot of young boys and an awful lot of young girls growing up here with Basketball Ireland and the academy squads at 16, 17. They're going to see your sort of story now, and they're going to maybe head to the United States and maybe collegiate basketball with more optimism and say there are doors to be opened here. It's just not 3 or 4 years of college basketball in the States, and that's the dream over with, dare I say.
Yeah, no, it's definitely if I can, people can kind of look to me and I can inspire the next generation of players to whatever, dream big and all that. That's great. I mean, there's a lot of talent coming through at the minute, both male and female, both back in Ireland and now a lot of people coming into college as well. So the sport's definitely growing back home, and hopefully I can just add to that and kind of keep helping it grow.
And in terms of your workout, I know you've sort of set workouts, set routines. Have you gone through the years, and that has helped you to get where you are? Do you actually make any alter arrangements or adjustments, or what the process that has got you there, got you so far to here? Is it stick with the process and take on what the advice the coaches are giving you in terms of that? I suppose there's no need to go gung ho either.
Yeah, that's it. Just kind of stick to what got me here. Take on all the advice that I'm getting here from the coaches. Just trying to learn as much as I can. But I've got a pretty good idea of what kind of player I am and the role I have here. I'm not going to be a guy that's coming in looking to score 15, 20 points a game. I just got to try and star in my role. And yeah,
Yeah, and obviously the Timberwolves' main pick was a French guy. They drafted him in the pick, and have you been able to work with him so far and creating a bond, maybe a pick and roll, working off a 1-2 sort of situations, a 1-2 punch, or any sort of plays in terms of being able to work with the main sort of draft pick?
Yeah, I mean, this is only the second day of our training camp, so it's still kind of early days, but played with him a bit. I think he's going to be great for the Timberwolves, a lot of size, length. So everyone's still kind of getting used to playing with each other and figuring guys out. So we got another practice later tonight, which should be good, and hopefully we'll keep getting better together.
And CJ, just one or two sort of questions to finish up with, I suppose, in memorabilia purpose. We're only hoping this is the beginning of the jersey, but the journey. But to have that CJ Fulton sort of jersey, the number on the back of your Minnesota Timberwolves, I suppose that is going very much framed in terms of personal sort of memorabilia. That for that first sort of jersey you wear with the Timberwolves out in the summer league, the number sort of 31 as well. I suppose a treasured item for you to take home and to keep you because you've worked so hard to get here.
Yeah, definitely. No, I'll definitely treasure that jersey for sure. And we've got a bunch of gear, so I'm sure my friends and family will be looking for a few shirts and shorts and everything when I get back.
And CJ, second last question. I suppose what's going to be that sort of feeling when you make your first basket in the NBA sort of summer league? Will it sort of reflect, or for a second or two, is there very much game mind mode, being locked into the sort of situation and just continue as you just treat it as another basket as you've made in your collegiate career?
Yeah, no, hopefully it gets to that stage, and if I do get that chance to put a few points up in the summer league, then I'll definitely that would definitely be a special feeling. I mean, I think in game mode I kind of get on with it and then maybe look back and reflect on it that night or whatever, and that would be a cool moment for sure.
And CJ Fulton, final question for me, Jim Conlan to you. I suppose we're here now in July 2025, and I suppose June, has this been the best year of your life so far in terms of this opportunity? Has this been the highlight of your basketball career? I know you've had so many highlights with Belfast Star and you with Basketball Ireland as well, but is this the highlight for you so far of a rising career? Is this what you could pine down as you're so far, you're near the pinnacle now there, I say, is you can reach out and sort of grab it, but is 2025 maybe the best year in your basketball career so far?
Um, it's tough to say because I've had a lot of great moments throughout my career, but I think just reaching this stage and getting part of the summer league roster is definitely up there in terms of the highlights of my career. So I would say it's in terms of the achievement, I would say yeah, it's probably up there for sure.
CJ Fulton, for me, Jim Conlan here. A pleasure talking to you today, and we wish you all the best in the NBA Summer League. We'll all be tuned here in Ireland, looking on in Las Vegas to see how you're getting on. And please God, it's only the beginning of the journey, and we'll get to see you in Madison Square Garden for years to come. Yes, CJ, an absolute pleasure.
Yeah, that'd be great. Thank you.
Thank you.